Hello K-drama fan, welcome back to the channel. When it comes to Lee Min-ho, fans always want to know more than just his dramas, endorsements, and public appearances. Beyond being one of the most famous Korean actors in the world, there's always been one question on everyone's mind: who truly holds his heart? Over the years, countless rumors, speculations, and love links have surrounded him, but recently, an insider revelation has sent shockwaves through the fan community. Lee Min-ho's first love has finally been revealed, and even more surprising is the emotional story of the woman who once made him cry. It's raw, it's unexpected, and it proves that behind the polished superstar image is a man with real emotions, real heartbreak, and a first love story that will make you see him in a whole new light. Think about it for a second. Lee Min-ho, the man who has stolen millions of hearts with his roles in Boys Over Flowers, The Heirs, Legend of the Blue Sea, and The King, Eternal Monarch, isn't just the cool, confident leading man we see on screen. He has a vulnerable side too, a side that fans rarely get to witness. And that vulnerability, insiders reveal, came to the surface when he experienced his very first love, the one that left a permanent mark on him. Now, doesn't that make you wonder who she was and what happened between them? According to people close to the actor, Lee Min-ho's first love wasn't someone from the glitzy world of entertainment. She was someone ordinary, someone outside the spotlight, but someone who made an extraordinary impact on him. Insiders described their connection as pure and youthful, the kind of love that teaches you everything about happiness and heartbreak in equal measure. And here's the part that no one expected: this relationship was also the one that brought Lee Min-ho to tears. Yes, the man who always appears so composed and charismatic in public has admitted that his first love was the reason he cried, and it wasn't just once. So what could have possibly made him cry? Insiders suggest that the relationship was filled with genuine affection, but also challenges that neither of them could overcome at the time. Lee Min-ho was young, ambitious, and just starting to chase his dream of becoming an actor, while his first love had her own path in life. Their worlds were moving in different directions, and as much as they cared for each other, it wasn't enough to keep them together. And that's when the tears came, not from anger or betrayal, but from the sheer pain of letting go of someone who mattered so deeply. Now let me ask you this: have you ever experienced a first love that left such a strong mark that you still think about it years later? If you have, then you know exactly what Lee Min-ho must have felt. First love has a way of shaping people, and for someone as passionate as him, it's no surprise that he carried that memory with him long after it ended. Fans are now realizing that his emotional depth in certain acting roles may very well come from these real-life experiences. But here's where the story gets even more intriguing. While Lee Min-ho has never publicly revealed her identity, insiders insist that she wasn't a celebrity. She was someone he met before his fame, before the world knew his name, when life was simpler but emotions felt much heavier. That's why the revelation shocked fans, because instead of a glamorous co-star, or a famous idol, his first love was a woman from his past who saw him as just Min-ho, not the superstar. Doesn't that make the story even more touching? And about the part where she made him cry, those who know the story say it wasn't about betrayal or dramatic endings. It was the kind of breakup that happens when two people care for each other but realize their futures are on completely different paths. It was the heartbreak of knowing you have to let go, even when your heart doesn't want to. That's what broke Lee Min-ho down and made him cry, and it's something he reportedly carried with him for years. And do you think that first loves always stay with us no matter how far we move on in life? Many fans believe that Lee Min-ho's sensitivity and ability to portray heartbreak so convincingly on screen come from that very experience. The woman who once made him cry unknowingly gave him one of the deepest emotional lessons that later shaped his acting career. Isn't it fascinating how real life and art are so connected? What's even more heartwarming is that Lee Minute-ho has spoken in interviews before about how first love never truly leaves you. He once admitted that while people move on, a part of their heart always remembers that first person who showed them what love feels like. Fans now connect those words to this very revelation, realizing he might have been talking about his own past. Imagine how personal those words must have been for him. And let's be honest, doesn't this make Lee Minute-ho even more relatable? For all his fame, fortune, and global recognition, he's just like the rest of us when it comes to matters of the heart. He has cried, he has loved deeply, and he has carried the weight of heartbreak. That vulnerability makes him even more appealing, because it reminds fans that behind the superstar image is a man who has lived through the same emotions we all do. Now, do you think Lee Minute-ho's first love could ever make a reappearance in his life? Or do you believe that chapter is closed forever, serving only as a memory that shaped who he is today? Some fans are already romanticizing the idea of a reunion, while others believe that it's best left in the past, as a beautiful but bittersweet story. Another layer to this story is how fans have begun connecting the dots between his emotional honesty and his on-screen roles. When you watch Lee Minute-ho cry in a drama, when you see his heartbreak unfold in a scene, it's no longer just acting, it feels like he's drawing from a very real place inside him. And that place, many believe, goes back to his first love and the pain she brought him. So the next time you watch one of his dramas and feel your heart ache during his emotional scenes, you might just be seeing a glimpse of the real Lee Minute-ho behind the character. But here's a question worth debating: should celebrities open up about their first loves, or should they keep those stories private? Some argue that it humanizes them and makes fans love them even more, while others believe that it exposes a vulnerability that should remain personal. Lee Minute-ho seems to have struck a balance. He hasn't given away names or details, but he's allowed just enough to be known to keep fans connected to his human side. That mystery, combined with his honesty, is what keeps people fascinated. In the end, the truth about Lee Minute-ho's first love and the woman who made him cry isn't just gossip. It's a reminder that even the most admired stars are human. They've laughed, they've loved, and they've cried, just like everyone else. And for Lee Minute-ho, that first love was a turning point in his life, a bittersweet memory that continues to resonate with him, and now, with his fans too. So what do you think? Does knowing about Lee Minute-ho's first love make you see him differently? Does it make his roles feel more authentic, his persona more approachable, and his journey more inspiring? Go ahead and share your thoughts, because one thing is certain: this revelation has added a whole new layer to the man the world thought it already knew so well.